Welcome to Plan9Crunch. I'm Doug Gibson. Today we have a treat. We're watching the 1925 silent, The Midnight Girl. Now Bela Lugosi is in this movie, prominent role as a dashing Warren William type millionaire. He's not the star because he wasn't a star then. The star is Lila Lee, who was a big star in the 20s and early 30s. And she's the Midnight Girl. Also, this movie was Gareth Fort played his son, Don, who's colorless compared to Lugosi. The movie's about the music industry, and Lugosi's character is a connoisseur of the arts. He's got lots of money, everyone adores him. He has a mistress who is the diva. She's getting a little old, which probably in this case is 35, and he's at the opera watching her. So we're going to go to the first scene now and watch that, okay? Lugosi, as I said, is a millionaire. His name is Nicholas Hammond, and he's a connoisseur of the arts. That is Nina, who is the diva there, and she is the singer, the main singer. And her voice, they call her Mimi DeVito, and there's a good reason why, I'll tell you later. But it was something more than her voice that kept her on as opera's daughter of song. We'll find out. She's the mistress of Lugosi's character, and her voice is starting to falter. She was played by, well, I think I just showed you who she was. And here's Nicholas Harmon, Bela Lugosi. You know, it's hard to see because his print's not great, but he's incredibly handsome in this role. And then Gareth Hughes plays his son, Don. And to be brutally honest, I wish the best for Gareth Hughes. He probably had a good career. He was highly billed. He has no charisma. Lugosi dominates every scene he's in. That's Don's fiancée, who wants him only for his money. I told you this was a soap opera type film. They're at the opera. Now we're going to go back to Nina. She just can't cut it. She's not singing the way she used to. Lugosi's a little bit pained. The audience is a bit tired. I do love the opera scenes in this movie. Jack, we can probably go now if you want to. Okay, thank you. This was a pre-code movie, even though it was silent before. You think of most pre-code movies as the early talkies, but this movie, while it would be rated, I think it's a PG rating today, it's definitely pre-code. Nicholas Harmon is a man who is a philanderer. He has a mistress. If he becomes attracted to someone, he's going to go after her, and we'll find more about that in the film. And we're going to see a scene that 10 years later they would not show, where he goes to see his mistress Nina, who's about to, and we'll just go to that scene right now, okay? That's Nina. She dreaded that time with some younger woman might displace her. Spared no artifice to hold Lugosi's character. I can't tell with this horrible print if she's nude behind that screen, but it's definitely a pre-code scene. She's promising him something later. And look what he says. go now, Jack, to this one. So, you know, if Lugosi had never made Dracula, if he stayed in shape, he probably could have had the Warren William or Carter Cortez roles in the 1930s. And this was a movie where a lot of people criticize it because they say it was too low of a budget to fully show the nightclubs and operas of New York. But I think they do a pretty good job. And we're going to get to the stars. She's not even in it yet. Her name is Lila Lee. She was an actress who was very popular in the silent era and also early sound, but she had a tempestuous private life. And it involved many husbands and lovers and just lots of controversy, fodder for the newspapers. And she didn't have much of a career after the sound, beginning of the sound era, but she was a big star. And you saw it in the ads I showed you. I want to show a scene. She plays Anna, who is a Russian immigrant who's come. She's fled Red Russia, and other than her manager who helps her, she's alone in the world. Let's show a quick scene here, okay? Okay, so what happens is, I'm not showing you a scene where Don Harmon comes in and he's upbraiding his father, Lugosi's character Nicholas Harmon, for not caring about their dead mother. And also Nina is there, and Don disparages Nina. Now Nicholas Harmon doesn't treat Nina probably as well as he should, although she is a temperamental crybaby, diva type. But Lugosi's character gets very upset at his stepson, and they have a fight, and Don leaves him saying, "I'm not interested in your money, I'm going off on my own." Like I said, this is very melodramatic. Well, Don is an accomplished man with an orchestra, and so the film goes to him being in charge of an orchestra at a up-class restaurant. I believe it's in Boston, I could be wrong on that, but I thought it was in Boston. And Lila Lee is there, and he discovers her. Now you're going to see Lila Lee singing. You're going to see what you saw on the ad, where she's the midnight girl at the beginning, and you're going to see Nicholas Harmon's character, Bela Lugosi, absolutely getting the hots for Lila Lee's character, Anna. Despite the fact that Don, who has already broken off that engagement with the gold digger, is in love with Lila now. So just sit back and enjoy this scene of what it was like in a nightclub or an upscale restaurant in the 1920s. And notice Lugosi, who plays quite the romantic, I'll say romantic cad, but he's kind of a guy you, like a Warren William, you kind of like anyways. Let's go in this scene, Jack. Perfect. Poor Nina doesn't like that look at all. I really enjoyed watching this film for the first time a few days ago. Lugosi, although he didn't get much press, had a really good pre-job career. There's a close-up best you can see of Bela Lugosi. There's Lugosi, very impressive age. So debonair, so dashing. Okay, Jack, you can probably go there. I want to bring out some other plot points in here we're not going to see. Don, when he sees Lila on the streets when she's still poverty-stricken, he defends her from some criminals. And one criminal tries to get revenge on Don at that nightclub. Also, there's a scene where Lugosi, who wants Anna now, invites her. She doesn't want to be with him. In the 1920s, they would have called this not taking no for an answer, okay? Today they might call it assault, all right? But this was the 1920s, and Lugosi tries to put the moves on the Midnight Girl. That leads to a climax that I don't want to tell you about. That involves Anna, Don, Nicholas, and Nina. But watch this movie; it's really good. There was a famous opera star called what is her name again? Hold on a second. There's a famous opera star who her name was Nina Morgana, and she sued Chadwick Pictures over The Midnight Girl, claiming that the opera singer character named Nina, I'm reading this from Wikipedia, is portrayed as debauched and passé and damaged her reputation. You may have noticed in one of the things they changed the name to Mimi DeVito. But the funny thing is you still see Nina in some other intertitles. I don't know how that lawsuit went. I don't think it may have been settled out of court or something. But Lugosi basically got pretty good reviews when he was noticed. He dominates this movie in every scene he in. I did the Dollars You Pay about a year ago. And even though he's a heavy in that film, he dominates every scene he's in. In a few months, I'm going to do a review for us of The Silent Command. And I suspect he'll dominate every scene. He has such incredible screen presence. He's only about 25. He's about 42 or 43 when this was made. And he looks very young and very dashing. And the goatee is a nice effect too. So anyways, this is Plan9Crunch. We hope you've enjoyed this silent movie. Please watch it. You can see it on YouTube. Probably buy it somewhere too. And it's good to know what Lugosi did before he became iconic as Dracula. We're Plan9Crunch. I'm going to review this movie for Plan9Crunch.com in the near future. And you can go there to read reviews. Plan9Crunch at YouTube, where you can watch this. Give us a subscribe. We're growing. And Plan9Crunch podcast and blog, like us at Facebook. And you can also like us at Plan9Crunch on TikTok. And so thank you very much. And you'll be watching this in December probably, so enjoy the holiday season. I'm Doug Gibson, and that's a wrap.